Welcome back to Star Wars Armada Explained. I'm Karnak. We're going to look at the Rebel title Bright Hope for the GR-75 flotilla. Bright Hope is a unique title. If you look at the bullet point there in front of its name, that signifies it's unique. You can only bring one of them in your fleet. How do you know it equips to the GR-75 flotillas? You look at the bottom left-hand corner of the card. You'll see the GR-75 flotilla icon. It is faction specific for Rebel Alliance only, which you'll see there next to its point cost, which is 2. Very cheap title. Fantastic title. It says, while defending against an attack that does not target your rear hull zone, before you suffer damage, reduce the total damage by 1. There's no errata or any other clarifications for this card, no other crazy interactions or anything else like that. So this card is it's very straightforward. We'll say that he's at range 4, or not range 4. This card is just fantastic just because of essentially it reduces all damage by 1. So it makes it's already very survivable at long range. This just makes it even more survivable. It also makes it great for if you have this transport pushing squadrons, or it has slicer tools, bomber command center, comms net. If you've got the points to slap Bright Hope on it, slap Bright Hope on it. Just because if people weren't planning to shoot it before, they're definitely not going to plan to shoot at it now. And they'll waste more time just trying to ram it to death than trying to shoot it. So just to give an example again how it works, we're going to say it's getting shot at long range by like an ISD-2. At long range it throws 4 red die, so let's do that. And in this situation, normally as an Imperial, I would just be ecstatic that, oh man, I got A damage going in, double accuracies. It can't scatter, it can't evade, so I'm going to hit it for 1 damage. Oh, and he's got Bright Hope. So again, I don't do any damage if I'm shooting either the front or the sides. Again, if I'm shooting its rear hull zone, the card doesn't come into effect. It's only front and the left and the right, not the rear. But typically when you're shooting at it, most of the time it's at one of these 3 arcs. And in this situation, normally what would have been considered a solid damage getting in, now it's nothing. Because Bright Hope, again, reduces that total damage by 1. It's also great against, for the most part, squadrons. Now, Rebel squadrons typically have a few more options where they have like 3 or 4 different, or 2 or 3 different kinds of squadrons that can throw double die. So even if if they only pops up 2 damage, well, 1 damage is still getting through, and you can still at least either force it to scatter or peg damage in through a shield. Imperials aren't so lucky. Poor Imperials, they're very limited on squadrons that can throw more than 1 die in an attack. And even then, like, you'd have to bring something that's a black die bomber so that if it happens to roll a hit crit, it's at least doing something. And essentially just Imperials have a really difficult time cracking the Bright Hope nut. It's even more hard to crack if somebody that's a Rebel, for example, is bringing, Kraken. Because now if this thing's going speed 3, not only do you lose a die when you're attacking it, then again, essentially one of your other die, if it's only able to do 1 damage, is also now negated by this card. So it's just, they're definitely, it's tough nut to crack. It's a great title at 2 points. No other interactions with any other cards or anything else that we should be concerned or worried about. Just fantastic title. That's all there is to it. Of course, if anything's an error or if I got anything wrong, please be sure to let me know. Leave a comment, post something about it. I appreciate you guys enjoying my videos, and I'll keep making more of them for you. I'll catch you guys later.